The gravel year has seen another boom in bikes, kit and components, but what have been the favourites of our expert testers? Here are their product choices from the past 12 months, and as ever, if you subscribe, it really helps us out.
After riding the new Apex Axis Explorer at Sram's official launch earlier in the year, I came away impressed by just how good their cheapest wireless setup performed. So when it came to building my dream gravel machine this summer, I wanted to have the brilliant Cannondale Topstone Lab 71 frame set as the basis, with lightweight carbon wheels, 2-foe tyres, Eastern cockpit and an Explorer dropper. Now, Apex Axis has all the shift performance of the higher groups and has proven tough and accurate over lots of miles. And on a bike that's built to be abused and used in the worst conditions, I'm happier using a more affordable group set. If I tank an Apex rear mech on a rock or stacking the bike when I run out of talent, the £295, $275 or €330 cost of the replacement is an easier pill to swallow than Red Axis Explorer at £610, $710 or €685. The premium group will save some weight and look a bit more bling, but my Lab 71 build came to £7,100 with every part at full retail and weighs in at 9.07 kilos in a size 58. And that's with 2 bottle cages, Cannondale's frame mounting, set off flat toolkit, pedals and wireless blips. If you take all those away, it's just 8.38 kilos, and that's plenty light enough for me.
You know what sucks? Being cold. What sucks times 2 to the power of thumbs down bummer vibes is being cold in a tent. The happiest days of my life are spent beneath a fly sheet, but it's hard to be motivated to do anything when you're stuck in a damp, cold touring cave. After years of carting around a ridiculously bulky Primaloft jacket, I decided this year was the time to invest in a new insulated down jacket for touring and bikepacking, and settled on this fetching yellow down insulated number from, of all places, Uniqlo. Uniqlo is a huge multinational clothing retailer, but is hardly known for its high-end outdoor wear. Despite this, its ultralight down jackets have a small cult following in the backpacking world. They are warm, very packable, genuinely light, but most important for me, they are dirt cheap. This jacket was purchased for £15 on Vinted in nearly new condition. Similar deals can be found widely online, or if you're feeling flush, they're generally available for around £70 new. The dirtbag touring lifestyle is hardly kind on clothing, so this bargainous price makes it a perfect choice. I'm far less likely to go in a grump as I dribble pasta sauce down my chest, hunched over in the vestibule wearing this jacket, than I am wearing some fancy Patagonia number. For £15, I've barely a complaint.
When it comes to pedals, I've always chosen Shimano's SBD models for gravel and cyclocross duties. The ground and trails in the West Country require pedals that you can trust to clear mud, so Shimano's design was one that I stuck with. Lux X-Track uses a cage design that is very similar to Shimano's, and it works very well. The pedal's biggest test was the recent South Regional Cyclocross Championships at a very muddy Keynsham course. An ungodly amount of running through a technical part of the course saw my shoes and pedals quickly fill with tacky mud, but despite a number of small stones thrown into the mix, the pedals continue to clear well enough to get my feet in. The bearings show no signs of distress, having been subject to plenty of jet washing, and the pedal body, well, looks to be in good nick too. The best thing, however, is the pedaling platform that you get. It means that my foot is really stable and my delicate knees really appreciate that on longer gravel rides. In fact, these pedals have performed so well, I can't see myself going back to Shimano.
2023 has been a year of very long rides for me. I've done 2 rallies, cycled around Scotland and completed my first ultra race in Norway. So, as you can imagine, my pick for Gear of the Year this year is one that has faithfully followed me on those adventures. This is the snack pouch from Apidura's Backcountry range, and it's been a great addition to my bikepacking setup. It's very easy to put on. It wraps around the head tube of the bike and then sits sturdily on the handlebars. The bag is fully waterproof with a rolled down top so you can close it if it starts raining. Offering 1.2 litres of storage space, the bag means you can have access to a great amount of food as you ride. I found this so useful on some of the longer rides I've done, especially because I'm pretty bad at remembering to eat when I ride along, so having the food right in front of your face reminds you to do it, and that means you bonk less. I've filled it up with all manner of food, as well as using it to hold an external charger so I can charge my Garmin on the go. The bag is just a really great design, and I especially appreciate these two little bumpers here which are carefully placed to avoid rubbing on the paintwork.
This is a gravel specific saddle, and without a doubt it's the most comfortable saddle I've used in almost 5 years. This is the WTB Gravelier. It's in a medium size with the fancy looking carbon rails, and it retails for a cool $250. Cheaper models are available though in the same shape. This specific one weighs a pretty light 160 grams, and the dimensions are 140mm wide and 246mm long. There is more to it than just the short and wide sizing though. For the last 5 years or so, I've been searching for my saddle soulmate. I got a WTB Volt saddle back in 2016, and somehow I got super lucky as I seem to have found the perfect one for me first time. It had a pretty curved saddle profile which I got on really well with. But just looking at the profile of the Gravelier, and it's pretty thin, but this is why I think it suits me so well. It still has that slight curve that I can sit into and hold me into position. Alright then, by now you're probably wondering, why is this gravel specific? Well, according to WTB, it's the side profile that I mentioned. So gravel riders are said to spend more time in a forward position, and therefore this shape can help keep the rider cradled to provide locked-in support. But let me know what you think. Is that true? And if you can let me know what your perfect gravel saddle is in the comments, I'd be very interested.
This is my top pick for Gear of the Year 2024, the Specialized ADV shorts. They've revolutionized my outlook on gravel attire this year. Gestated in the conservative world of road cycling, a lycra-clad rider through and through, I'm ashamed to admit that I've looked down at my nose at those riding baggies on road and gravel bikes in the past. Not anymore. The ADV shorts feature a breathable woven fabric, have useful pockets for day-to-day use, they're comfortable worn at home or in BikeRadar's casual attired office, and are suitably cut for an on-the-bike posture without riding up the leg. Paired with a padded inner liner or just a normal pair of bib shorts, frankly, or worn on their own for shorter about-town rides, I found the sense of sartorial freedom liberating. No longer do I feel as self-conscious when queuing for a coffee in the middle of a gravel ride, while I now feel I can ride the 6 kilometers to my nearest supermarket, do a shop without attracting querysome gazes, and then pedal home again. Of course, the onset of winter has prompted me to find a warmer solution to the problem at hand, but I'm looking forward to donning these shorts once again when the spring rolls around.
Patagonia expanded its mountain bike collection in late 2022, and as a fan of the Dirt Roma jacket, which was awarded a full 5 stars on BikeRadar.com, I was eager to try the Dirt Roma Storm. Although it's technically classed as a mountain bike product, it'll work perfectly well for gravel too. The Dirt Roma Storm is a lightweight, fully waterproof and breathable jacket made from recycled fabric. Waterproof protection comes courtesy of Patagonia's own 3-layer stretch H2 no shell with abrasion-resistant panels on the shoulders, forearms and rear tail. The mountain bike jacket relies on a pullover style with a 3/4 length zip. There's underarm side zips for extra ventilation, which also ease fitting the large hood over a helmet. I extensively relied on this jacket when I bike-packed the 750km Pictish Trail. It rained every day, as you'd expect in Scotland, and I quickly got used to putting the jacket on, only to then remove it 5 minutes later, and then put it back on again. Unfortunately, the jacket ejected out of the webbing of my seat pack during the final day on a spicy descent, and got caught in the disc brake rotor. I got to test out Patagonia's revered repair service after my trip, which is this black strip here, and they've done an excellent job. I've even used the jacket casually, and it proved just the ticket for the atmospheric cloud forests on a Costa Rican holiday. So those are our kit and component choices, but what have you been using this year that you really rate? Let us know down in the comments. If you really like your gravel tech, then check out the choices that the pros make for their races. Before you go, remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.